10 plus powerful lessons from the book, The Holy Book of Luck. Number 1. Is luck the reason why some of us studied for that end-of-semester exam the night before and managed to pass with flying colors with minimum effort? Or the reason why you just managed to pick the right numbers for that Saturday night lotto draw? To some people, it may seem supernatural, but just how out of the ordinary is it to be lucky? What is luck exactly? Is it blind force that hits randomly and changes people's lives for the better or worse? Is it rational energy with conscious purpose? Does God or the universe dedicate where luck shall go? Can we harness luck as we do with wind and solar power? Answering these questions means finding the answers to intriguing mystery that have puzzled the greatest minds throughout the ages. You could work as hard as you can for as long as you are able, and still fail. You could be a faithful, loving, and extremely caring person, yet still fail to find true love. We don't hear any stories of failure. We only hear stories of success and hard work because they are the exception and not the rule. But I'm trying to get you to think about luck from a deeper perspective. After years of reading, researching, and indeed working recently within a luck-based business, I am trying to shed some light on this very fascinating subject, hoping it will entertain you, make you wonder and think about one of the world's biggest mysteries: luck. Luck is a powerful word that is clouded in mystery and has been the center of fascination since the dawn of civilization. The word was probably introduced into the English language in the 15th century as a gambling term. Number 2. Sometimes, life is like the lotto, where only a select few are fortunate enough to walk away with the jackpot, and the rest go home with nothing. We are all born equal in a way. We come into this world naked and helpless, but as time goes by, some get a golden spoon with heaps of fortune, luck, and success, and the supply never runs dry. It is as if some invisible magical force follows them and makes them successful. These giants are so fortunate. Their legacy lives on after they pass. So what is the secret? Is luck the secret ingredient, or is it just destiny? Or perhaps, as we were told all along, it is all about hard work. In his book Outliers, The Story of Success, Canadian journalist Malcolm Gladwell sought to identify why extraordinarily successful individuals are so successful. His central hypothesis is that personality traits, intelligence, etc., are of minor importance in explaining the success of exceptional individuals, and he attributes a large proportion of the success of people like Bill Gates and Steve Jobs to a chain of happy coincidences. If a successful person had not happened to be at a specific place at just the right time or had not known the right people, they would never have become successful. The reader is constantly confronted with questions such as, what would have happened if Bill Gates hadn't had the opportunity to work on a large computer for free? Would Gates still have achieved such incredible success in his field? It is difficult to pursue such assumptions to any kind of satisfactory conclusion. If this single event or that one stroke of luck hadn't happened, what would have been different? If you haven't subscribed to our channel, you probably will not see us again. If you have, congratulations, you are growing every day. Number 3, I believe luck and destiny go hand in hand. You can't separate the two. If you are destined to live a happy, healthy, and wealthy life, then you are destined to be lucky by default. We are accountable for how we choose to respond to life's events, and for how rigorously we prepare ourselves to receive fate's executioner, luck. We need to be ready psychologically, spiritually, intellectually, and physiologically, amid the apparent absence of luck, for luck's inevitable arrival or return. This inner psychological preparedness might mean the difference between good and bad fortune. Without such inner preparation and readiness, we may fail to recognize or reply to this transitory yet fateful moment in our lives, permitting luck to uneventfully and unfortunately pass us by. Luck is an existential potentiality that life presents to us, good or bad. The key is to be patient, observant, self-aware, and psychologically ready to recognize that potentiality when and if it arises, and then to be able and willing to respond or act truthfully in that time. Knowing when to wait, when to listen introspectively, when to feel, when to contemplate, and when to act fearlessly are all crucial. Although all of this seems like a powerless existence, we do have a limited amount of power and freedom to cause or prevent anything from happening. Waiting for luck does not mean we should sit and surrender. Far from it, it means to be ready no matter what is thrown at us. The probability of luck can be estimated, but its impact cannot be quantified. When luck does not matter, it's worthless. When it does, it's priceless. Number 4. When we tell everyone else that success simply comes down to hard work, we are setting them up for a nasty psychological cycle of failure. They will work hard, and when they don't get noticed, they will tell themselves it is their fault. So they work even harder, and the cycle continues until they reach burnout. What about the idea that success is due mainly to personal qualities, such as talent, intelligence, skills, smarts, efforts, hard work, or risk-taking? If success could be purely attributed to our IQ, then the most talented people would be the most successful. The average IQ in the UK is 100, and only 1/3 of people have a score above 115, with the top 1% reaching a score of 135 or above. However, if you think about it, the variances are still relatively small. Nobody has an IQ of 1,000. Hard work is a similar scenario. The average actual hours worked in the UK has remained steady for decades, around 38 per week. Perhaps you work hard and put in 60 or even 70 hours per week, but anything more than that is not sustainable over a long period, and nobody can work 1,000 hours a week. We all only have 24 hours in a day. If the difference in material success cannot be explained with intellect and talent, or hours worked, where does success come from? The Italian physicists Alessandro Plechino and Andrea Raspisarda teamed up with the Italian economist Alessio Biondo to conduct the first ever experiment to quantify the role of luck and talent in successful jobs. They used a computer simulation of success defined by financial wealth to show that the most successful people in the world aren't necessarily the most talented. They are the luckiest. Number 5. Charlie Munger has a great analogy for working on the right project. He tells us to fish where the fish are. There is no point in dragging yourself up at 5 a.m. in the cold darkness, diligently prepping your fishing gear, heading out on the water only to sit around for 3 hours in an area without a single fish. That's a waste of hard work. Here is Munger explaining this to Berkshire Hathaway shareholders. The first rule of fishing is, fish where the fish are. And the second rule of fishing is, don't forget rule number 1. In investing, it is the same thing. Some places have lots of fish, and you don't have to be that good a fisherman to do pretty well. Other places are so heavily fished that no matter how good a fisherman you aren't going to do very well. The question remains, don't you need to be lucky to be in a fishy place? Number 6. Throughout history, the world's major religions have long held serious convictions on the subject of luck. In the Islam holy book, the Quran, the word luck appears in a couple of different verses. One refers to Qarun, Korah, one of the richest men in the old world, where the holy verse describes him as being of great luck. Buddhists, meanwhile, have mixed views on luck. Zen Buddhists do not believe there is any transcendent power of good fortune. Zen Buddhists believe all things are caused by something, particularly karma. In general, however, many of the world's 500 million Buddhists continue to offer fruit to ancestors for luck or to wear good luck amulets. In Hinduism, the predominant religion of India, adherents often pray for the blessings of Lakshmi, the goddess of luck and success. During Diwali, the festival of lights, many Hindus draw rangoli, folk art, on floors to lure luck. Most Christians do not believe in luck, but rather that the will of God controls our lives, while in Judaism, there is a special holy lottery called the Gra lottery. Many Jewish schools of thought believe in luck as God's tool. Number 7. Luck has two somewhat contradictory meanings. The original term is related to destiny as predetermined by a deity or force, what we might call providence. Eastern religions in particular believe luck can be somewhat controlled by superstitious actions. Religious rites are performed like rubbing the stomach of a Buddha statue or lighting incense to induce supernatural powers to change the fortune of an adherent. Today, luck more often refers to an event that is out of the control of those involved and has significant repercussions, whether good or bad. This type of luck is related to the chaos theory, which points out that most situations are affected by so many elements that the outcome appears random and certainly unpredictable. The Bible rejects the second type of luck and is cautious with the first. God cannot be manipulated to endow good fortune through superstitious practices, and His omniscience precludes the existence of any truly random event. The Bible does, however, use the word chance on occasion, but not as a completely unforeseen event. Here, chance generally indicates that the people involved had no way of knowing something would occur, but it doesn't follow that God didn't know. The idea of luck brings up a difficult theological discussion. Does God ordain everything that happens to us, or does He let nature and human choice play out to their inevitable end? The answer is a confusing both. We do often bear the repercussions of choices, ours and others, without the apparent interference of God. In other cases, He acts in the form of miracles. How, when, and why He acts are usually hidden from us, but whether He ordained it or allowed it to happen is not in question. He is in control, orchestrating natural consequences and miracles in a way that will bring honor to Him and salvation to us. What the Bible categorically condemns is the use of superstition to gain the favor of God. That being said, should a Christian own a lucky charm or engage in superstitious actions such as wearing the same socks to every baseball game? If the charms, such as a rabbit's foot, a horseshoe, or an elephant with an upraised trunk, are non-religious and used in a way that represents a culture and does not cause another to stumble or attempt to gather actual fortune, it's probably all right. Rituals can be used to calm nerves or mentally prepare for an event, but we should all recognize that nothing is truly random, and God cannot be manipulated by four-leafed clovers or dirty socks. Time would be better spent by following God, preparing for the game, and not risking anything too dear in poker. The Bible doesn't say, "Thou shalt not play the lottery." Number 8. Humans throughout the centuries sought the help of fortune tellers, witches, and lizards to bring good luck and to foresee the future in an attempt to avoid bad luck. I am contemplating the concept of luck in terms of fortune tellers. I find it fitting to furnish the reader with the basics of this strange and foggy world. By understanding different practices and rituals that are supposed to bring good luck and fortune, we can also understand more about luck itself and how different cultures around the world utilize witchcraft, magic, and sorcery to bring lasting bliss and fortune. The mere use of witchcraft indicates that luck was viewed as an unseen paranormal force that exists somewhere beyond our physical reach, and by only calling on the Spirit's help, it could be brought into our life. So, does that mean that the Bible tolerates playing the lottery, which is based on luck? Perhaps not specifically, but the Bible does, however, condemn gambling on its principles. What is the agenda of gambling? On the part of the lottery business, gambling's agenda is to feed on the public's greed, to increase ticket revenue as opposed to prize payout. On the part of the public, it aims to get as much money as possible for as little effort as possible. Number 9. There is no doubt that luck exists. However, the advocates of a lucky mentality believe that it is very unlikely to be something that is decided by a higher mystical power. It has far more to do with your attitude and mentality. Look at it this way. When a new opportunity comes your way, are you likely to take it? That depends upon how you are feeling on that given day. If you are feeling positive, upbeat, and happy, you are more likely to see that opportunity in a positive light. You will be curious and keen to see where it leads. Of course, that means you will take the opportunity. However, if you are feeling down and negative, assuming that everything will go wrong, you will pass over that opportunity. Countless studies have attempted to work out whether or not luck is a mysterious occurrence or something we control ourselves. It is nice to think that someone bestows a good fortune upon us because they feel like doing so, but it is far more likely that luck is indeed a state of mind. This is great news though, because it means you can bring more luck into your life by changing your mentality. The other plus point is that by developing that lucky mentality, you will naturally become a more positive person. Considering this, how do you explain lottery wins? You cannot control which numbers come up on the lottery. And that's where the gray area begins. Number 10. You know the saying, when one door closes, another opens. There is a lot of truth in the saying in terms of forcing yourself to try new things. You are opening new doors and bringing fresh opportunities into your life. When you do that, the chance of a so-called lucky occurrence increases. You never know what could come of taking a different route to work or going for a walk in a different part of town. These are small, almost inconsequential things, but who knows who you could meet or what you could see. If you stay in your comfort zone and don't try anything new, you are not going to see much new energy coming your way. Sure, you might notice the odd so-called lucky event, probably out of pure chance, but in terms of noticing major changes, not so likely. Instead, you are likely to become more negative about the fact that you don't seem to be moving anywhere, and you could become skeptic about the whole idea of luck and happiness in general. If you are not someone who finds it easy to push themselves beyond their comfort zone, take baby steps. Don't try and run before you can walk, and just see where that takes you. Once you start to see that nothing terrible happens when you try new things, you will be keen to keep going and try more. If something doesn't work out, don't beat yourself up about it. Instead, be happy about the fact that you tried. Number 11. The term luck of the Irish was coined during the early 19th century in America, and despite it having positive connotations today, it was originally used in a derogatory manner. While at first luck was only attributed to some individuals, many of whom just happened to be from Ireland, the fact is that many of the most successful and even most famous miners were either of Irish or American Irish descent. This is why the term, the luck of the Irish, became popular, and while good luck is considered to be a good thing by many people today, it was originally used with derision. It conveyed the message that the Irish miners only succeeded by sheer luck because they had neither the brains nor brawn to compete with American miners on equal ground. Fortunately, the phrase's meaning changed drastically over the years and is now considered to have positive connotations. After having seen so many Irish miners succeed over the years and hearing the phrase for so long, it is understandable that people began to genuinely believe that the Irish were blessed with good luck. If you haven't subscribed to our channel, you probably will not see us again. If you have, congratulations, you are growing every day.